for spitting. Come on, man. I mean,
Bro, you
relax.
cannot be doing that, man. That's how
For-
good,
Look,
for-
man,
year-old
look,
as
man.
well.
He was stressed, man. He had stuff stuck in his throat. So, all right, guys, welcome. This is the Sunday football hangouts. Obviously, a bit later than usual, but again, for all of you guys who will be listening to the playback on Monday, it makes no difference to you guys. So, whatever. So on this edition, what do we have on the agenda? We're going to be talking about Uncle Moo and Liverpool, Mourinho against Klopp. We're going to reflect on that game. Same old Serie A. I believe that Napoli dropped points.
They're
Yeah,
second
draw.
now. Yeah, they're
0-0.
second. They're in second place now.
Yes, beautiful. We're also going to be talking about Dembele, the impact of Dembele for Barcelona.
One game.
Relax. And we're going to be touching on Bathuayi and why Antonio Conte is the biggest moron on our planet. So let's start with this. So who wants to start with the apology to Uncle Mo?
About what?
Personally, I would like to apologize for absolutely nothing.
What?
Okay, I'll start again. So last I checked, a lot of people insulted Mourinho, said that he's done, he's useless, he's a waste of space. He's a disgrace to the Premier League.
No,
he's
the
awful.
reason
he's playing
He's
Stone
never...
Age.
Daniel,
Yeah.
can I finish?
The reason why I cuss out
Can I
Mourinho.
finish? Thank you. That he's useless, he's a disgrace, plays negative football, he's done, he's old, he's worthless, he lives in the past. And he delivered a tactical masterclass against the most informed team. One of the most deadliest attacks in Europe. A team where people already put them in the conversation to win the Champions League. Easy. Let me land.
Okay.
All I ask is this. Just come out with the apology, then we can move on.
I'm not apologizing. And I'll tell you the reason.
Can I just say one thing?
Let me tell you the reason why I cuss out Mourinho.
Okay, what? Why?
Because he's a hypocrite. Because when other teams do the exact same thing, most of the game, I'm not being sure about us losing. They beat us. Congratulations, Man United, for beating Liverpool. But let me tell you the reason why I cuss out Mourinho, and I'll continue to cuss him up. Because he's a hypocrite. When other teams do the exact same thing to him, so many times teams have come to Old Trafford when he was Chelsea manager. Have implemented the same type of tactics he implemented against us. He will cuss that team out saying that they're playing negative football. When he was Chelsea manager, he said that West Ham played 19th century football because they came to Stamford Bridge and parked the bus. A couple of months later, he came to Anfield and did the exact same thing.
Okay, let me respond to that. Now, let's use the example of Batman. Would Batman be interesting without the Joker? Would Superman be interesting without Darkseid? Every hero needs an antagonist.
Oh, wow.
Every hero needs a villain.
Oh, wow.
If
Mourinho is using mind games. He's playing you all for fools.
Mourinho,
definitely.
let me tell you something. If Mourinho can dish it out, he needs to be prepared to take it.
No, that's not how it works. That's not
Yes,
how
that's how
a
it
villain
works.
works.
Wait, how does it work?
He
How does
doesn't.
it work?
Abdul, talk. Abdul.
Yeah, first of all, I agree with you. Like, that's why Mourinho's special. Like, I was the biggest Mourinho fan ever a few years ago when he was at his best. And it was because of that, because he would say it and he would back it up. The problem with Mourinho lately is he would talk all this shit and then he would, he wouldn't, like his teams in big games. Back in the day, Mourinho, yes, he was defensive, but there was a transition game. A lot of times in the last few years, Mourinho teams would literally just play negative football where they just defend. That wasn't the case against Liverpool, obviously. We saw like a proper...
They were at home. They were at home.
Like
They had to, man.
No, I don't have a problem with that. As long as you win. And as long as you play to win, because they were defensive, but they played to win.
No.
I think it was our fault as well. I think Klopp is very tactically naive.
Wait. But basically, my thing is this: look,
Played into Man United.
because we need to talk about Klopp. We need to talk about Klopp. But first of all, Mourinho's tactic, like, I don't get when people say, "Oh, how could you defend at home? How can you only have 30%?" Because I was watching the Football Banter guys when they were doing the review, and they were saying that how is it that a team at home had 30% possession? and we had 60% possession. I'm sorry, possession is the most overrated stat. All that matters is winning. Mourinho had a game plan. We sit back deep. We allow them to have the ball. We make sure that these guys don't have space because they're dangerous if we give them space. And we counter them and we go direct to them. And because we know their defense is so bad, we hit them and we hit them hard.
But the
I don't really think that.
I'm glad that Liverpool got exposed. The way people were talking, the way the English media was talking about Liverpool, they made it seem like they were like peak Dortmund, like 2010 to 2013 Dortmund. Like that Liverpool team is full of crap. Let's be honest.
But Abdul, the thing though is that if you give this, as bad as their defense is and as mediocre as the midfield is, if you give that Liverpool team space, they will kill you.
But don't you agree that the English media overrated them though? Because they made them seem like they're peak.
They didn't because they won so many games on the trot, so they kind of didn't.
No, Abdul, I still believe that because actually Mourinho studied them and he said that I will not give them space, I will defend them. But the reason why they are in the conversation, I'm not putting them as favourites. We could put them as dark horses for the Champions League because in the Champions League, how many defensive teams are there? So teams will allow them to play and teams will give them space. And if you give them space, then it's like a lottery. They will get chances.
I think Liverpool should pray. They should pray that they don't play Juve because Juve are set up to kill.
No. It's like Juve will lock them down. And even if they play Real Madrid, I think that the speed of Real Madrid will kill them. Barcelona will easily beat them because it's a much more defensive Barcelona.
We beat them in didn't you see the way we beat them 4-0? In
was that pre-season? Was that
friendly?
was that pre-season?
Excuse me,
Oh my
what? You're talking about a friendly?
Have
Like
some
Messi
shame,
was
man.
playing,
Jesus,
Suarez
man, have some
was
shame,
playing.
Guys,
No. Look, Daniel, man. I'm gonna know. I'm holding over your avatar. I'm gonna kick you out. That is the most. That is the most offensive, useless statement. I mean, you're using a friendly.
Bro, I was trying to remember what other games they played.
We're the only team to beat them in the Camp Nou.
No. Look, pipe down.
Be realistic.
Please,
The only
pipe down.
the Liverpool only have a chance against the winner of Roma or Shakhtar, Man United, and that's pretty
Man
much
City.
about it.
Wow.
Let's be honest. They're losing to Bayern, they're losing to Madrid, they're losing to Barca, and they're losing to Juve. Fact. You cannot debate that.
But we can't debate that Liverpool delivered a lot of good and quality games.
To me, I
Really
think
entertaining
we should
football.
have had
Wait, chill out. Let's just one at a time. Kadim, hit it.
Yeah, I just want to say that Liverpool delivered a lot of quality games this season, really entertaining football, and we can appreciate that because the Premier League was void of attractive football.
So Kadim, no apology to Uncle.
No, of course not.
Wow.
I mean, I always said that Mourinho is a good coach, but in my opinion, Pep and Klopp are just better.
2010 Inter Milan. That's what I'm going to say. 2010 Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's quickly. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be very brief on this topic here. Now, I remember when I did like a preview, like a Serie preview, and you see, this is the thing that annoys me about people. Napoli have a chance. This could be Napoli season. Do you know how well they've been playing? They've been playing such sexy football. I have been preaching about the state of club football for years now. Nobody wants to listen to me. And I said this categorically. Juventus are going to win this Serie. I couldn't give a damn how well Napoli are playing. I couldn't give a damn about their sexy football. It's irrelevant to me. I said Juventus are going to win this league again. And as I predicted, that is pretty much what's going to happen because I could see this Napoli team that they don't have the mentality.
Yeah.
They don't have the mentality, and also,
The
as talented
experience,
as they are,
they
they
don't
don't have
they don't have the
a Messi in the
experience.
team.
And depth as well.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame. Like in every league, the best football wins this year, except the Serie A. Like Napoli are playing the best football and they're not winning the league. That's a disgrace. Like that league is.
The thing with Juve is these guys are in like
that's
three
not how it
different
works. Though. That's
competitions,
not
and
how it works for me.
they're still
I
first.
care about results.
You know what the crazy? Wait, you know what the crazy thing is?
like
You know what the crazy thing is? Napoli are out of all the competitions apart from Serie, and
Yeah,
they're
it's
still
done it on purpose.
yeah,
struggling.
but let's be fair, guys. When you watch Napoli, if they had a player like Higuain, if they still had Higuain or they had like a Dybala, they would win the Serie A. It's just they don't have that player. Like
They do.
I was
The-
watching them
Mertens-
today.
Mertens-
Mertens is not. No.
Mertens is
He's good, but he's not.
like when I was watching them today, they played some unreal stuff. They played some of the best stuff I've seen this season. But
But
in
you
the
see,
final
Abdul,
period,
but see,
they don't have a
Abdul, do you-
killer.
but Abdul, do you know one of my issues is that
They got no striker.
that's you have to get results. You can't keep. Basically, it's the same thing with Klopp and Liverpool. It's great when it works. When you win 5-0, it's great. But you're going to come up against a team that's going to stop you from playing how you're playing. So, do you have a plan B? And that has always been my issue with Klopp and my issue with this Napoli team. You don't have a plan B or a plan C.
But Double H, I always will argue that it's not about having a plan B, but it's having the players to operate plan B. Selling Coutinho and such quality players is like a big problem if you face a bus parking team.
Because
So-
there's no one.
We
there's
still.
Wait, Dan, chill out. Let the guy finish. Cut him.
So Klopp doesn't have a variety in his squad to he doesn't have like a playmaker or those type of midfielders who can unlock a bus parking team. So it's not. It's not
Lallana could
about-
have been that guy, but the dude is always.
Yeah, but he's
But-
not fit. He's not
but-
yet on the. He doesn't have the consistency yet.
He's always injured. He's always injured.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. Let's just bring in this new guy. So Liverpool versus everybody.
So
Hit it.
listen, why are we still continuing this Coutinho rhetoric? We've beaten teams that have quote unquote parked the bus or had a low block. So it's funny to me that every time we have a loss or a not great result, all of a sudden it's, well, if you had Coutinho, you would have been able to do this. I don't really
Coutinho's
follow that.
overrated.
I-
Coutinho's
but-
overrated.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Look. For me, also,
To me, yeah, we should have-
it's not a big loss for Liverpool. I'm just saying that Liverpool didn't have the funds to keep such a player, even if he's on the bench at times or something. I don't say that he's like the big mega superstar like
But-
media made him
but
out to be.
Kadim, though,
But I'm just
this
saying
is-
like his qualities, like his corners and free kicks, is like really helpful against bus parking teams. That's all I want to
But
say.
my thing is this, Kadim, like response to that. As a coach, you should be able to coach your team to do different things. Now, this is where I put Mourinho over Klopp, because Mourinho, with a young team, can tell Rashford and Martial, now, I need you to be tactical and defensive. Lukaku, I need you to play this role. But then, if you now want to attack, it's okay, Rashford,
Someone going
the
in the
shackles
back.
are off. Martial, the shackles are off, you can play. But you have to coach your players to be able to have a defensive mind, an attacking mind, and a possession mind. You have to have variety. Because you can't just have, you play one way, and that is the only way that you play. Because you're going to come up against situations like United where they sit deep, you hardly have any space. What are you going to do? Who's not going to be the crucial player?
You also have to have give certain players liberty, which Mourinho never does.
For me, we should have used the wing more. That's the problem I had. We were going through the middle too much. We should have used the wing. Like Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander are
And
great.
look, come on, you can't bring Andrew Robertson into this bloody thing. All right, okay, look. Hey, Dan, chill. Look, I'm not talking about Andrew Robertson on this Hangouts. I wanna bring in guys. I wanna now talk about Dembele. Now, this is a follow on the video that I did. Now, in case you're not
exaggerating as usual, Haffle.
Mohammed, can I finish? Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
In case you're not aware, Barcelona are going for the treble. In case you're not aware, Barcelona are the La Liga 2017-2018 champions. In case you're not aware, Barcelona are pretty much the Copa del Rey champions. In case you're not aware, Barcelona are one of the front runners to win the Champions League. In case you're not aware, Barcelona have only lost once this season, and that was in a two-legged tie that they eventually won against Espanyol. So this is a team that is extremely serious. Dembele is a quality winger. Now, guys, tell me, how many true quality wingers do we have in the world?
Mane.
Sané.
I said winger. I said winger.
Sane.
Mane doesn't play like a winger.
He is a
Sané-
winger though.
No, he does. No, he's not.
Marcelo plays more like a winger than anybody I know.
Look, Marcel is my guy. He's my guy.
He's a winger.
You see,
I would
Sané.
say probably
I'll give you
Coleman,
that.
he's not really
Sané,
consistent
yes.
either. But,
What about Salah?
Mahrez,
Salah.
Robin.
Mahrez.
Are we putting Son in that category?
Salah. Salah.
No, basically, for me, when I think of pure wing play, I think Sane.
Coleman.
I think Dembele.
Perisic.
Coleman.
You see, I think Perisic, but for me, Perisic is not. I don't think he's on the level of what Dembele
It's not on
and
that
Sane
level.
do.
Yeah, he's not
He's not,
consistent.
he's
enough.
not even close to
He's
Dembele.
not consistent.
What about Neymar?
He's not a winger.
You see, no, for me, I think
Where's
Neymar,
Neymar then?
he's
played on
much
the wing.
more like
He's
I
an
think he's
attacker.
much more
He's
of
an
like the
attacker.
No,
new
He's an
no,
modern
he's
winger.
more of a creative player now.
Guys, not so chaotic.
No, okay, but basically, the point that I'm making here is that this is like I feel that Dembele, if Barcelona can get the best out of him, I don't know how he beats Barcelona.
Oh wow, you think he's that good?
Mohamed, Mohamed, let me land. And they already have Messi. You look at what Messi has already done, and the thing about Barcelona is that they've always been guys going through the middle and using intricate passing. If you now have a winger who is quality on the wing, amazing at dribbling, and the key thing, he's amazing at crossing. Okay, please tell me, when was the last time, apart from Figo, since Figo, when was the last time that Barcelona had a quality winger who knew how to cross? And
Yeah, but who cares about crossing? They have no tall attacking players.
Machine. No.
The only guy that can
My machine.
head-
Look at Coutinho's goal. Look at Coutinho's goal.
Julie was
A low
really good.
cross.
Who's gonna head the ball 5-4 Messi?
No, Rahimski. Low cross. Like, cross me. Ask any keeper. One of the hardest crosses that a keeper hates is the low cross near post.
Yeah.
That is the most deadliest. Like, a cross in the air is fine. Low cross near post is one of the deadliest things that a keeper can face. And when you look at the movements of Coutinho, Coutinho, but even in the Champions League, of Suarez, of Messi, and Rakitic and so forth, that is a great alternative attacking option to have. So,
But
guys,
he's gonna play all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
He's a much more natural talent that has a lot of room to grow. I think he's more naturally talented than Mbappe, for example.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I think so too.
I mean,
Yo, come on, man. Mbappe's a headless chicken. Like, let's just be honest.
Come on,
No,
chill out.
Mbappe
is more like a striker, and Dembele is more midfielder, a creator.
Okay. We're going to do what are the times. We're going to get some order here. So the question here is Dembele. How good do you think he can be? I'm going to start with A1. Dembele, how good do you think he can be?
He can be up there, man. I think for Barcelona, he needs to be more consistent because I do feel with the current system that Valverde is playing, he's playing. Well, obviously, he's got Iniesta on the wing and like Paulina sometimes on the wing, and he likes playing more central. Whereas Dembele seems like to be like the only wide player at Barcelona. So he just needs to get more run of games as well, man. Because I can feel that he can be up there if he plays more games. But I just feel Valverde, I don't trust him enough to, rely on Dembele to, say, for example, what he done at Dortmund last year. How Tuchel trusted him more to do what he done last year, innit? So
okay,
he can be up there, man. He can be up there.
I think he can be world class. Is he already world class, or can he?
No.
I think he's gonna be a world class player.
All right, Kadim.
Like, he's got like I've never seen someone with he's 2-footed. Like,
yeah, 2-footed.
Yeah. In one interview, he said he doesn't know which foot he.
All right. Okay, Kadim, hit me quickly. Kadim, your thoughts.
I also know him pretty well from Dortmund, and I think he will be definitely a world-class player, up with the best. 2-footed, really quick, and he turns in each direction. You never know which one.
Yes.
And he's so unpredictable. But Tuchel also played him in the middle, not only on the wing. So yeah, it's like a genius of a player.
All right, Liverpool versus everybody. Dembele.
It really depends on how they choose to use him. I mean, he's got all the skills, all the talents, so I don't see why not. But it all depends on the system and how they decide to use him, in my opinion.
True.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to respond to that point afterwards, but that's a very interesting point I want to expand upon. Machine.
I have to watch him more to make a more informed decision. But I'd say from the little I've seen that he'll be, a top player, but not on Mbappe's level. Doesn't seem as talented.
Interesting. Mohammed.
So what I've noticed is they're trying to ease him back in because they made a mistake of rushing him back in the first time. And he's slowly coming off the bench nowadays, but he had a quality game against Malaga the other day. And I'm for sure he's going to be a world-class player. But it's just he's injury prone nowadays, so they do need to be careful with him. Probably that's the only thing I would say.
All right, Rahimski.
Honestly, the smartest kid on the planet when it comes to football. I would say one of the best talents we have in the game. I think he's going to be the next coming of Iron Robin.
Easy. Don't.
I seriously do.
Raheemski, don't
He has it all.
blaspheme. Don't blaspheme. Don't blaspheme. Okay,
He has it
very
all,
quickly,
though.
no, before I go to Reza, we will never get another Iron Robin in our lifetime.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely.
fact.
Yeah,
Okay, so Reza, give us your thoughts.
yeah,
on Dembele.
I have to agree. He's more like, if you compare more like the prime Ribery, but of course he's more quick than Ribery, but in kind of his quick movements, it reminds me a little bit of Ribery in his prime. I think I saw him in Dortmund, and I think he has the potential to be world class. But he's young. He needs time. He needs some time to adapt in Barcelona and the La Liga.
Okay, so I mean, just quickly, just we're gonna go to our next topic. From what Liverpool fans, everybody said was very interesting. See, the thing about the issue I see here is that the way that Barcelona play doesn't suit Dembele. And remember, they played against Malaga without Messi. And when Messi plays, he defines how they play, which is a lot slower, a lot of short, quick passing. And the thing with how Dortmund play and how Dembele plays is a lot faster, a lot more direct. So the key thing for Valverde is that you have to get the best out of whoever you have on the pitch. So what is going to be very tricky is that once it's with Messi and Dembele, you have to have a balance between your short, intricate passing and being faster, more direct, and playing on the counter. Because I think if you get that balance right, you'll kill teams. Because you can either hit them with the short, intricate passing, or you can hit them with the fast football that Dembele brings. But it's just getting that balance that's going to be very tricky. Now, let's go to Bathuayi. You know what? Conte is an idiot. I'm sorry. Like
A big one.
Conte is a fool because when you look at the amount of goals, wait, does anybody know how many goals Bathuayi has scored since he's been at Dortmund?
I think that's 7 goals.
Yeah.
In how many games?
In 4, I think 4 or 5. 4 games.
Are you including international games or only Bundesliga?
I mean,
no.
you have to
Dortmund.
take into considerations the levels. But, you know, he probably maybe he's more suited to Bundesliga than he is to Premier League.
But Mohamed, I don't agree with that because did you look at his goal per minute ratio? It was ridiculous.
He wasn't that good at Chelsea. His movement just wasn't that great. Like
No, Mohamed. See, I don't know. See, I
His games
hate
where he
that
literally
argument.
did
Do you
not
know why
move,
I hate that argument? Is because, look, no, listen, a striker. When I buy a striker, your main function is to score goals. Like, I don't understand this whole modern thing of like, well, you're supposed to link play and don't. No. I'm from the old school. My striker, your first thing is to score goals. Your second thing is to score goals. Your third thing is to score goals. And your fourth is whatever, like link play or whatever crap you want to bring. But you live and die on the goals you scored. Any striker, ask any striker from 6, 7, 8 years ago. If you don't score,
think there was some
you are
games
bad.
where he frustrated Conte because the lack of movement that he was, especially that game against Crystal Palace. He literally did not. He was like in the middle of the
wait, let me say something.
Okay. A1, hit it. A1.
The way is, I don't think people realize. This is my thing, innit? I don't know if everyone will agree, but I don't think Bathuayi was a Conte signing. I think it was a Chelsea board signing because he's the next big thing. I think that Emiliano guy who just left Chelsea, the director, Chelsea signed Bathuayi. Then obviously, I don't think Conte wanted him, so that's the reason why. Obviously, he bought Morata because Conte thought Morata was better than Bathuayi, and obviously he bought him at Juventus before he left. Then with Morata not working, and he wanted the target man as well. Because I remember Llorente was supposed to go to Chelsea in the summer, but he ended up going to Tottenham. So
but I'm just saying there was some games where Conte gave this guy opportunity and he just
it's true. But
so I mean it's not all Conte's fault. Bathuayi has some of the blame too.
It's true. I just don't think he was a Chelsea signing. He wasn't
that great. He just wasn't that good.
Okay. Let me pose another question to the panel again. I will go from right to left this time. Now this is the question here. If you buy a striker, what kind of striker do you want? A striker that loses the ball several times, doesn't link play, but scores consistently? Or a striker who doesn't score any goals, but consistently helps provide for the rest of your team to score. Which striker do you get?
He was doing neither of those at Chelsea.
I'll
sometimes.
Okay, wait, chill. Okay, I'll start with
okay.
Reza. Which striker do you take?
Yeah, if you talk about goals, of course you would pick a striker who score goals. Of course, yes. But in my opinion, a good striker is someone like Lewandowski. He can make both scoring and link play.
Yeah, it's not an either-or situation.
Yes.
No, but the thing is that it is very rare that you get a striker that does both so well. Like Lewandowski is a rare case where he does both things so well because he's so naturally gifted at football. He's a very rare case. But my thing with Bathuayi is that he's a pure goal scorer. And I think it's like, if you're a smart manager and a smart coach, see, now this is the issue with Conte. Conte is that I have my system. Any player I have must fit into my system no matter what. Whereas when you look at someone like a Ferguson or a Mourinho, they're like, okay, I see your characteristics, I see your play. No, Ferguson was the best at it. Ferguson will see who you are as a player, and he will fit the team to suit you. Look at the
Andy Cole Mourinho's the opposite of that, though.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Mourinho kind of seems
the
closer
complete opposite of that. He's got a system, and everybody must fit to his system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
True.
There's no space for stars or individuality.
That's why I went back to Ferguson. That's why I said, you know what? Wait, say what did he buy? Look.
You said why did you buy Lukaku when you had Rashford there or Martial there? But you bought Lukaku
here's my thing. Why sell him when you need a striker? Why are you weakening your team for no reason by selling him?
Wait, are you talking about Bathuayi?
Yeah, Bathuayi.
Why are you selling him?
No, but right, it's because
he didn't trust him, man. He did not trust the dude. That's it.
No, for me, I think because Conte has a very specific system, and he's like, if you don't fit into my system and you don't play by the way I want to play, you don't play. But my thing with Bathuayi is that if he's smart, you can't go back to Chelsea if Conte is still manager. No way.
It's true.
Like,
it's true.
You have to say, if they change managers, then he can take the risk. But my goodness,
you know how I know he will go back to Chelsea, because the dude's mentality is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. He was there he could have left multiple times, but he decided to stay. So I'm sure he will.
But then it's like, for me, first of all, remember he's young, and you learn because remember, going from Marseille to Chelsea
all I'm
is
saying
huge.
Is it's not all down to Conte. You're just blaming Conte for, I don't know for what apparent reason, but
I am blaming Conte because trust me, you ask most Chelsea fans, they will say that. So you sold Bathuayi. Okay, tell me, what is Giroud doing so much?
Of course, they're gonna say, he was quality in this and this and this. But when it comes down to it, he just didn't perform. He just did not. The guy. But
Mohamed, are you telling me that Giroud and Morata are performing better than Bathuayi did in the times he was on the pitch?
I'm sure he would not be performing to the same level he is at Dortmund, though.
No. But my thing is that, are you saying that Giroud and Morata are performing better than Bathuayi did when he was at Chelsea?
No, because he's playing false nine. He's playing Hazard I can't really say they would perform. They are performing to that level because they're not really getting the opportunity because he's playing Hazard as a false nine. So,
but if you think about it, what Conte wants every time he always says is work. Yeah. He works. His players running around and all that stuff. Giroud and Morata seems to be doing that. And this is even why he plays Hazard at false nine, because he knows Hazard, especially big games, Hazard won't track back. So he'd rather play Hazard false nine and have guys like Pedro and Willian who are prepared to run around and do all that running around stuff. And he knows Hazard won't track back or whatnot. So I see the reason why he plays a false nine. But with Bathuayi, even he plays up front, this guy never runs. He never
even his movement as a striker was suspect, man. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
When he was at Chelsea,
he doesn't run into
the striker. It just wasn't that good.
Inconsistent.
Yeah, he was not inconsistent.
People thought that about Salah and De Bruyne, though. I don't think Chelsea harbors that talent. Like,
Conte
who knows how he plays? We're about to find out how he actually plays now because we didn't see anything from Chelsea.
Conte is clearly allergic to quality strikers. What happened with Diego Costa? This train has started a long time ago. This is not a new thing.
That was a big mistake.
Okay, call it what you want, but the point
is... There's a trend. There's a trend.
Yeah. The dude is very tempered, man. He's very hot-headed. He makes very rash decisions.
Hot-headed? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Diego Costa's hot-headed. He's a hot-headed individual. So like,
So I'm
what is
saying
it?
what
Wait, guys. Let's hear one at a time. Okay, I'll go to Daniel and then back to Mohammed. Okay, Daniel.
I think Diego Costa's a hothead. I think it started with the China, because in January last January in 2016 in 2017 he was linked to China, and I think that must have turned his head, and I think he was misbehaving. He was misbehaving, and I think that's what made. I think that's that's why him and Costa fell out, because of the China thing.
Yeah,
I think
exactly,
it turned his head.
exactly.
Okay. Let's go to Mohammed. Okay, Mohammed. Okay.
I mean, if Conte does not trust you, he will cut you off. That's how it
Yeah.
goes. That's just how it is.
And
All right,
he trusts.
okay,
I know it is.
Yeah.
It's just like with Conte, it's just like if you challenge him,
Yeah, exactly.
like if you feel challenged, that's it. Look at David Luiz now. How long has he been injured for? He
I
hasn't
don't
been
even
injured.
think it's an
I
injury.
think
like,
it's a more deep rooted issue with Chelsea. I mean, it is Conte's fault, but it's also Chelsea's fault at all. Like, do Chelsea harbor attacking young players? No, they like finished
No.
products.
Yeah.
They like finished
Yeah,
products.
true,
They've
yeah.
always been.
Have you seen their loan system?
Yeah,
they have like 30 plus players out.
No.
Terrible.
Look, it's madness. Okay, look, guys. To round off the hour, like Champions League now. So the Bayern
Yeah.
game is already sorted out. Okay, unless Besiktas sniff glue. Roma, Shakhtar Donetsk. What do we say?
Shakhtar win. Shakhtar.
Roma. I think Roma. would do
Yeah,
it,
Roma.
because, like
Yeah,
Alisson,
Roma have to do it.
Alisson.
Okay. Let's hear one at a time. So So Reza, Roma, Shakhtar Donetsk. What do we say?
I think Roma, because of the recent performance of Roma, they are in good shape at the moment. So I would take Roma.
Scoreline.
Maybe 1-0 or 2-0 for Roma.
Okay. Rahimski.
I'm gonna say 1-0 to Shakhtar. I actually believe in that team. I think they can beat them.
All right. Mohammed.
I'm gonna go for 2-0 Roma, man. I think these guys will pull it off.
Wow. Machine.
Man, I have no clue. I sort of spaced out. Sorry.
All right. Liverpool. That's everybody.
Yeah, I don't believe in Roma. So Shakhtar all day.
All right. Kadim. He's probably sleeping. Daniel.
I think Roma, because like players that they got, El Sharari, their goalkeeper as well, Alisson linked with us. Hope he comes
Just
to
give me a
Liverpool.
scoreline. Give me a scoreline.
I know.
Have a way got the time.
Alisson to Liverpool.
Okay. A1.
Roma 3-0.
Wow,
Big
They
boss.
got-
Do you have
they-
your mic there, big boss? Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Let's now roll with United against Sevilla, guys.
Sevilla ass, man. Sevilla straight ass.
No.
Straight
Oh.
ass, man.
I'm
I
gonna
want
basically
Sevilla to
I'm gonna
beat
save
Bayern.
my pre-match score for the pre-match analysis, but guys, just because we all know what's it's 0-0. Just okay. So A1, what would you say? United against Sevilla?
It'll be like 2-0, 3-0, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah,
Daniel.
it is. It's,
What?
Daniel, scoreline.
For Sevilla?
For
no,
United,
to Man United,
Sevilla,
Man United.
I think Man United will win, but I want Sevilla to win.
Wait, okay.
All right. Okay, Kadim. Okay, he's sleeping. Liverpool, everybody.
Sevilla 3-0.
No.
Oh, wow.
But is it just
You're having a
biased?
laugh,
Okay,
man.
wait. Can
Guys,
you please
Harper, what did
explain
you
that
say about
scoreline?
people coming on this show with odd jokes?
Wait. Can you please explain that scoreline?
Because he's Liverpool fan. That's the reason.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Machine, scoreline.
I'm going to go with my boy, Mourinho. 1-0. It's going to be tight.
Oh Lord, 1-0. Okay, Mohammed.
I'm thinking like a 4-0, man. These guys are straight ass, man.
Okay,
They shouldn't
fine.
even show up.
Okay, Ramsey scoreline.
2-0 Lukaku brace.
Wow. Reza, scoreline.
Yeah, I also think 2-0 or maybe 1-0, but they are in good form. United are in good form. They beat Liverpool, and also the game before they won, right? I don't know against. This last minute score. Yes, against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Matic.
Yeah. The last two games, I mean, they're really in good form. That's why.
Okay, guys. Remember, I'm not going to reveal my.
What's the point? Just say United are gonna win. What's the point?
No. Mohammed, we're talking about the big one. We're talking about the big
extra, man.
one. Chelsea against Barcelona.
Yeah, about that.
Nothing.
It's nothing special, man.
Yeah.
Barcelona win 2-0, man.
Yeah. no,
Next
nothing.
topic.
Okay, so nobody here is saying Chelsea.
I'm
No,
gonna go.
yeah, I am.
I'll say it.
I mean, if you're
I got
if you're
Chelsea
trying to
one.
be different, yeah, just go ahead and say.
No, I'm not trying to be different. I think. that-
Okay,
just-
okay, Machine, give us a footballing argument as to Chelsea winning.
Footballing argument.
A footballing argument. Well, that's difficult, isn't it? But I think Hazard was pretty well contained in the first leg. I
So
thought.
what? Hazard versus 11 players. I mean, 'cause that's how it's.
No,
that's how it
guys,
is.
all I'm saying is that, guys, just, because I've just been hearing different things. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to reveal anything, but I've just been hearing certain things that will lead me to, Okay.
Your vision. Don't say vision. Don't
Okay,
say
and
vision.
guys, to rest on this, guys,
Oh, here we go. I
Arsenal
reminded you something.
are winning the Europa
Yeah,
League.
definitely.
Yeah, with Atletico being in there.
Arsenal-
Yes,
no,
yes,
Mohamed.
yes. Yeah.
I think Wenger's a
Mark this right now.
reptilian.
No, Mark right now. Based on
Truly,
spirituality, guys,
trying to get
vision.
relax. Based on spirituality,
I think
Arsenal
Arsene
are
Wenger's
winning
a
the
reptilian.
Europa League.
Oh,
5-year
your vision.
5-year extension.
No. We're not winning. We're not winning the Europa.
It's not.
League.
It's not a vision. It's about spirituality, guys. I will see you on Wednesday. I'll see you.
I
Wednesday.